Hello everyone, welcome to my channel once again. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick tip on how to align your paragraphs neatly in Microsoft Word. This is a very basic tip, but a lot of us must have been facing this quite often, this particular problem. So what's the problem I'm talking about? So one problem is what I have here is that I have a paragraph, the one which is in brown font, and here you notice that the last line of the paragraph is spilling separately to the next sheet. And this doesn't look nice because when I look at this page separately, it's going to have one single line, a fragment of the previous paragraph alone in this page. That doesn't look nice. So is there a way possible that I can either bring the entire paragraph automatically to the next page when this happens, or at least get the last line here into the next page? And I have one more problem, which is the other file. In this file, if you look at it, I have a course outline. So I have a section 13, and in this there are quite a few bullet points. One of the bullet point is in the previous sheet and all others are in the next sheet. Is there a way I can keep these sections together again? How do we do this? Before I talk about how to do this, I'll tell you how not to do this. Quite often what I see people is they end up pressing enter button manually and they push it to the next page. Now, what is the problem here? The problem is after making this change, there is quite a large possibility that we would be adding some content to the previous page, right? Let us say I want to add one content here where I want to talk about modeling dividends. I press enter in the previous page. There is ample space below this line, but you notice that our modeling balance sheet, this point 13 has moved one row below. Why? Because I manually created a enter, then I have to again press enter and keep manually realigning things. That doesn't look nice. One another option you have is to do a page break. So here what you can do is press a control enter. It automatically pushes this point 13 to the next break. And because it's pushing it to the next page, now we didn't press manual enters here, but we have manually created a page break. So if I had to type something here, it's not going to affect the positioning of this particular line. But having said that, this one is not again really a great option always, because what if, let's say I decided to get rid of a particular section completely. Now there is enough space to put this entire section in the previous page, but that's not moving. So what can be done alternatively? Before I explain that, let me undo what I did here. So one thing we could have done is choose an option to keep all these lines together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of them, right click, go to paragraph. Keep in mind this is not a paragraph, this is a bunch of bullet points. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say keep it with next, which means we are going to keep all these bullet points. One bullet point will be kept together with the next bullet point. And since I've selected all of them together, when I click OK, all of them will be together. So the advantage here is that later on, if somebody were to delete some content on the top, which creates ample space, you will see our line items automatically move up because we have said we want to keep all of this together. Now let me move on to this one. Here, this is not a bullet point, this is a paragraph. So here what I could have done if I wanted to avoid this single line, you simply right click on this paragraph, go to paragraph. We have one option which is to choose Windows or orphan control. Now when you click on this, what you will notice is whenever you see the straight line coming in or one line alone spilling, Microsoft Word would automatically push one more line down. So if you look at the ruler, there is enough space to put one more line, but Microsoft Word has pushed two lines here so that we don't see an orphan line. But what if I wanted the entire paragraph to be together? What we could do is right click on the paragraph, click on paragraph again, go to line and page breaks. We can choose to keep lines together. This is not bullet points, so I'm not going to choose to keep lines with next. I'm going to mention that keep lines together and click OK. Now these paragraphs will always be in the same page. So if someone were to delete some content here, these paragraphs will automatically move up. One of the things I would like to tell you is this Windows or orphan control, which I did here. That is something by default you would find it in your Word file. You don't have to actually do it. For the sake of illustration, I had removed the setting and I did it again. So is there a way we can by default keep these settings together? That's also possible. How do you do that? What you do is open the normal.dotm file. That is something you can find in your PC in this location. And once you go into that location, you will find this normal.dtm. Open that file. In this file, we can create the settings. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to choose the paragraph. And what I'll do is in this paragraph, I'm going to, as you can see, Windows or orphan control is there by default. I'll put the keep with next and keep lines together. I'll also check this and click OK. I'm going to now save this file. Once this file is saved, let me close this. If I create any new file, this is a new file I'm creating. Any new file will come with the same settings. The paragraph here retains the settings. So if you want to make these settings to be default, you could change your normal.dotm file and that's it, you are done. So I hope you found the tip useful. If you like this video, I request you to please share it so that you could spread the knowledge. Thank you. I'll meet you next time with another video. Bye-bye.